Well, listen, folks, as you saw the day's flyer that went out this morning, this young lady is no stranger to our organization. We love her dearly. We thank her for coming out to the event we had, the after event we had in Dallas, Texas. Her and also Mr. Stephen Payton II, who's also on the call today, came out, as well as Mr. Woods from Vivid. So we appreciate her so much for all she does for all the teams, and I really respect her a lot. And this topic this month, does anybody tell me? It's called the what kind of season? You guys catch it? The flyer? The overflow season. Oh, put your seatbelts on. Without further ado, Regional Vice President Platinum from Southern California. We want to appreciate her. She's also a great builder, has a large organization. I just love her when she shows her team how it explodes and just the teaching she's teaching. Without further ado, Regional Vice President, the great Miss Jocelyn Driskill.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, it's a bright sunny morning in California, and I'm excited to be here, expectant for what's going to come. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. You truly are a blessing, not just to this organization, but to all the world. You have done so much for so many people. You all have heard me say this before, the butterfly effect that Mr. Thomas has had in lives and legacies that he's helped create for other people, not just himself, is a true blessing. And it's a gift. Not everybody is able to do what he does. And he never wants you to be like him, but he does want you to be a blessing, and he does want you to have a legacy, and he does want you to go make an impact for other people. And I'm just grateful for the platform that he has given me to be able to speak here, and just for his life. So thank you, Mr. Thomas. I'm so grateful and appreciate you. Mucho más. Here's a little bit of Spanish. Right? Mucho más. All right. Well, yes, this is my word for the year, overflow. God brought that to me like an overflow. It came rushing right to me. I know 2022, you've heard Mr. Thomas talk about this, of how he knows what this year is going to look like. And when you know that there are people that are really connected, you don't want to not listen. You want to listen, and you want to know that it's not just for us, it's for all of you who want to take it. And so it is the overflow season. I'm excited to share the message today. It came like an overflow to me for this message. So just buckle your seatbelts. Buckle your seatbelts. Are you ready, Belinda? Are you ready yet, Mr. Randolph? Yeah. Are you ready, Marie? Yeah. Well, I'm ready. Let's dive in. Let's talk about this. The message today, let me share my screen, and you're going to hear a testimonial from one phenomenal woman out of Ohio who is a regional vice president today as well. So let's talk about the overflow season and God's message today. I'm always going to be honest and true to my authenticity and to myself. And so this is where it comes from. And today's message is God says, go. How many of you know the song, Go Tell It on the Mountain? Over the hills and everywhere. You are being released to go. It is time to go and do what you have in your heart and set out to do. I want to share something really quickly before I show a quick video that's just a little over 2 minutes. I'm going to have a couple of them today about that length. But thinking about yesterday, I watched a little bit of it because I had other things going on. But Pastor Furtick, many of you know, has spoken into my life for about the last 4 to 5 years. His message yesterday was called "God Didn't Speak That," and one of the stories he told, which I already had this message ready, of course, right? And the story, when I came in, he was talking about Peter, who was in chains, right? Peter was in jail in chains. And what he said was, God told Peter to get up, right? Get up. And how many of you would say you'd ask a question like, how? I'm in chains, right? Peter didn't ask any questions. Peter just got up and the chains fell off. Okay, guys, Peter just had faith in what God said, and he got up and the chains fell off. I want you to let that sink in to your heart and your spirit, because some of us are just sitting down and not getting up because we're waiting for our answer of why and how and what and where to be answered. And all he's doing is waiting for you to take action so he can do what he needs to do for you. So with that being said, I'm going to come back to that in a little while. But I'm going to share my screen here and I'm going to play a quick little over 2-minute video. God says go. Here we go.
Strength, leadership, power, authority, guidance, patience are God's gift to us as men.
Hundreds of people give up on their goals on a daily basis. And it's usually because they realized quickly after starting their journeys that they're alone. Nobody's waking them up in the morning. Nobody's pushing them when they start to make excuses. And nobody's patting them on the back when they hit a milestone. Stop relying on outside sources of inspiration, motivation, and support to fucking get you there. Put your head down and take charge of your life.
True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours.
You can't get it because you want it. If you put in the work, they can't deny you. If you put in the work, they can't stop it.
Be great. Pursue your own version of happiness.
Life always offers you a second chance. You know what it's called? Tomorrow. For far too long, you've been holding yourself back. It's time for you to walk with purpose. It's time for you to walk into your gift. It's time for you to live your best life.
It's wrapped in your capacity, your ability to believe in a dream, even if nobody believes in you.
To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
If every time you go to better yourself, somebody hits you with a line like, why would you want to do that? You need to find another social circle.
If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. Figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. We did not come this far to just break down and lose now. I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
I'm a winner. I'm going to win. And it's time for you to share your story. It's time for you to stop creating all that noise in your head that comes with fear and being afraid to fail. What did he say? Life always offers you a second chance. You know what it's called? Tomorrow. No, it's today and tomorrow, but we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So we're here first thing this morning. It's today. And God says, go. And with that, you guys, I want to actually stop for a second. We obviously will have more, but I want to stop this for a second and come back to you. And just look at all of you. How many of you know you have chains on you? Whatever it is, fear, failure, obstacles, life. You know, I come back to this every single time. We all have life happen to us. It's not what happens to us. It's what we do with what happens to us and get over it. See, God's waiting for us to take action, and then all of those chains will fall off. All the prayers you've been praying for things to be different. The fact is, we have to show up different, just like that message said. We have to get up and stop asking why and where and how, right? So some of you are just learning about me. Some of you are new here. You don't know my story. Everybody has a story inside. So you're going to hear, I'm only going to share a piece of mine because most of you know my story. But we saw ACN back in 2009, January of 09, 13 years now. And Tony and I were in a dire straight place. We had been praying. We had chains on us of financial dire straits and financial, it just helped me God, right? We're in the high-end residential home building. We had millions of dollars on the market back in 2008. The crash happened, and we were facing losing everything. We had no idea where we were going to live. What we were losing our home. Where were we going to go? What were we going to do? Neither one of us were entrepreneurs. We didn't want to go back to work, but we got to do what we got to do. So we were praying, though. We were praying for something to change. And we got up and we went to an event to see this information. Events are everything. I'll tell you what, sitting in the living room with 50 people in it, huge. Tony and I are sitting, I was sitting there first, and then he saw it in another room with 40 people in it, because I said, you got to get your butt there and hear this information. We had our prayers answered. We don't know what gift God gives us, and we think it's supposed to be packaged a certain way, and we just don't know it. But you do know it. There's a knowing inside. If you would lock into the knowing instead of letting your head mess you up, you would move forward faster. But I sat there and heard the information, and Tony and I just said, this is it. I don't know why. I don't know technology. I was a hairdresser for 28 years. My husband's a general contractor, hammer in his hand, right? But we had a huge desire and a great big why to have different. And we had coaches and mentors, and we had a system and live events to plug into. And we didn't know how it worked, but someone showed us how it worked and came alongside of us to help us win here. Because I'll tell you what, I'm a winner and I will win. Can you say that? I am a winner and I will win, right? So if you know that, it's time to get up. Your chains are going to fall. Your obstacles are going to go down. God's just waiting for you to get up and take the action. So that's just a piece of my story, you guys, because it was a journey. But I am so grateful every day for what God placed in my hands here with ACN. It's changed me in so many ways, not just financially in the beginning and moving through and where we're going, but what it's done for me in my whole life and my spirit and who I am today and who I continue to become. ACN's a gift and a blessing. But with that, I want you to meet a blessing in my life who I really got to know through this business. I mean, great people come in our lives because of ACN. People we would never know, like Mr. Thomas. But I met this gal. She works directly with the one and only Regional Vice President Platinum, Mr. Steve Payton. She is in the Impact organization. She has been promoted to Regional Vice President. I had her, she was with us actually with Steve Payton at the event in Dallas. Like, if you guys aren't registered for Oklahoma City, when I get done here today, get registered. I want you to break the fear of going live with people, because there is so much that happened there. You got to, if that's in place and you see ACN bringing live events together right now, and you see Mr. Thomas going, you see all the leaders going, don't be afraid. You got to step out in faith and you got to go, because it is changing lives. I had a guest there who got started. We have 5 new people in her business already. You guys, because she didn't even know what she was coming to. She stepped out in faith because she saw something that enticed her, and it was that knowing. And she's like, I'm getting up and I'm doing something about where I'm at. She got to Dallas. It changes lives. And now she has incredible people in her business, and we're continuing to build. There's so much more. I'm going to bring it to you every Monday from what's going on right now. But you guys, I want you to hear from Regional Vice President, Mrs. Nichole Woods. She's a phenomenal leader. I didn't even know pieces of her story. She did a testimonial on an overview I did the other night, and she blows me away with what she has come through, how she got up when she saw ACN and where she was at the time when that happened. So I'm actually going to let her just take it away and let her speak to you, let her speak to your spirit. Mrs. Nichole Woods, are you there?
I am. I'm right here. And Mrs. Driskill, look, I am praising God for you and this platform. And honestly, for each and every one of you who decided, because it's a decision, who decided to get up this morning and to get on this call, no matter what time zone that you're in, no longer operating in fear and moving forward in your business. So I'm just happy, when she gave me a call and asked me to be able to share my story and the platform of where this opportunity is taking me. I found it very humbling because, we all have a story, and the fact that, mine was able to move. And if it moves you as well, I don't want it just to move you in the heart. I also wanted to move you into action. So listen, my story is really simple. When I saw this opportunity, I'm an educator by trade, first, second, fifth grade classrooms. And I ended up having to step outside of the classroom to become the librarian for our school because I spent more time at Cleveland Clinic than I did at work. And listen, I tell everybody all the time, it's not because Cleveland Clinic has world-renowned chefs. That's not why I was there. Actually, I had a tube down my nose and throat. The surgeries that I had this particular one, the doctors told me I had died 3 times and I wasn't supposed to be here. So, life for me forever changed. And when you have to text your kid because you can't talk to her and let her know, listen, just in case mommy doesn't make it home, this is what God expects of you, it hits differently. Well, praise God, he saw an opportunity, something in me. You know the song, he saw the best in me. He saw the best in me, and he gave me a do-over. He gave me a tomorrow to be able to get things right. And I happened to see a really good friend that I love, trust, and respect, Mr. Stephen Payton II. And I saw him on social media. That's all I could do. He was doing something I wanted to do more than anything in the world. He was spending time with his kid the way I wanted to spend time with mine, and that was not a reality. So when I saw this, I inboxed him. If any of you have ever heard my story, I said something smart mouth to him, praise God for change, but I had a smart mouth. Well, I still do, but I said something smart mouth to him. He said something back and we laughed, and he thought he was just going to help me because guess what? I'd done ACM before. He didn't even know that I wasn't doing it any longer. And he thought he was just going to help me build my business. But when I told him, the situation and I wanted to be a part of his leadership, he saw the best in me too. And so he said, look, I'm going to give you, an opportunity. I'm just going to come and pray with you. I said, when I get out of the hospital, because I sent him a picture, I look forward to seeing you. He thought he was just coming to pray for me. I knew I was getting back in ACN. And so I told him, this is what's going to happen. Either you sign me up today or I'm going to figure out how to get signed up on my own. And the rest is history. Well, just by following the leadership training and support today, over 600 business partners we feed and get paid off over 6,500 feeding children every single month. And that's what's been a blessing. But let me tell you what really made the impact for me. Events. Events are everything. So just like Mrs. Driskill said, being in that Dallas event, I talked to one of my new business partners last night who came. She's from the Dallas area, and she never stopped talking about Mr. Al Thomas. That's all she talked about. That's all she talked about. The event and then the event after the event. So happy to be able to be with other people. So, when Mrs. Driskill asked me to speak and asked me to share, I pulled something up because I think this song is so super funny. And I want you guys just to hear a snippet every time we talk. I'm only going to hit 6 points because I want you to understand something. You got to move into action. That's where the overflow comes from. So listen, if you are operating in fear, when he made us fearless, look, listen to this. I hope I can play it loud enough for you guys to hear, but listen. We're not doing it. 1 Peter 3:13. Listen, will you always succeed in this business or in anything you do in life? Look, failure is a part of success. They go hand in hand. It's what you learn. Colossians 1:11. Can you do this? Can you win with your success coach and the ultimate mentor? Absolutely. That's Jeremiah 29:11. Jeremiah 29:11. You won't be able to do it without them. Not coming to the OKC event. Like you just heard Mrs. Driskill say, if you're not registered, you need to get registered. And don't just register yourself. You have to register your team. Who do you want to win with you? So not coming to the OKC event and expecting your business to grow and expecting your team to see a vision that you haven't even seen, that's up. Proverbs 11:25. Keep up, you guys. I hope you're writing. Listen, you have to understand that you cannot leave your God-given, tailor-made, just for you, because it's you. Why? Out of your story. That's a John 1:5. And last but not least, we have to have posture in our business. We have to leave out the pride and we have to put aside the ego. The ego is edging God out. And will we win if we keep it? First Corinthians 10:31. So do everything that we do, everything that you do, every breath that you take, every person you talk to, every relationship that you're in, every friendship that you're a part of, whatever you do, we do it to honor and glorify God. So yes, this is an ACN opportunity, event, but it's about honoring God. It's about keeping him first. It's about him being the head of our life and knowing that nothing moves without him. That's the only reason why we've been able to win. But you cannot win without a trial. You cannot win without going through a test so that you can have a testimony. So that's it. I'm so grateful to be a part of this platform this morning. I'm so excited that I've been given the chance and the opportunity, but it's about us all having practical application. That was a conversation I had this morning via text with my mentor, Mr. Stephen Payton II, on how to take my business, my life, my ways that I walk and honor God, even as a wife and a mother, to the next level. We all got a reason why, and it's about us going ahead, attacking it, going ahead and living it, and going ahead and helping other people as well. Praise God for this opportunity once again, Mr. Driskill. I'm going to turn the call back over to you. Thank you so much.
Oh, no. Oh, no, she did it. I love it. Amazing, Mrs. Woods. I am so grateful for your life. I am so glad God gave you your miracle. Obviously, you saw the gift in ACN all along, and look at where you are today. Look at where she's going and who she's taken with her. I know she needs to be shining and on all platforms. That's why she needed to be here today, so people could hear her story, because we know that it just takes one person to be impacted by our story, and it has to be shared. So thank you so much, Mrs. Woods, for your time. I truly appreciate you. I can't wait for more of us together. Incredible. And with Mr. Steve Payton's mentorship and Mr. Thomas's mentorship, how can you lose? I don't know. How can you lose? You just got to get up and let those chains fall with your action. So what I'm going to go on really quickly here and finish up. I want to share this with you. Let me move this out of the way. Come back to this. So stop the excuses. You heard she was in the hospital, almost in a death's door, you guys, and she still picked up the phone. Still, Mr. Payton came and saw her, still got started in ACN and got moving. And today she's a regional vice president. No excuses. And with that, I'm going to show one more video and we're coming to the end.
You're born with a gift. If not that, then you get good at something along the way. And what you're good at, you don't take for granted. You don't betray it.
What if you do betray your gift?
And you betray yourself.
For far too long, you've been holding yourself back. It's time for you to walk with purpose. It's time for you to walk into your gift. It's time for you to live your best life.
We're gonna make mistakes. You gotta own them. Then you gotta make amends. And then you gotta move on. So turn the page, get off the ride. You are the author of the book of your life. Turn that page.
The only person you're destined to become is the person you decide to be.
When you never made a mistake, it means you never tried. If you never tried, it means you never took a chance. And if you never took a chance, you never believed in yourself, you never had faith. We need faith, you need to believe in yourself. And it doesn't matter how many times you failed. What matters is you keep getting up every day and trying again. And that's what really is important, in knowing that each day you have an opportunity to change.
But I want to give you a new word for change, and that word is evolution. And you are either going to evolve or expire. See, everything changes. The economy changes, relationship changes. We change mentally and emotionally and physically, and you are either dying or you are either living.
Life always offers you a second chance. You know what it's called? Tomorrow.
See change as growth. See change as transformation. See change as evolution. Your history is not your destiny.
You can't get it because you want it. If you put in the work, they can't deny you. If you put in the work, they can't stop you.
Don't you realize that you are enough? Don't you realize that you are special? Don't you realize you were put in for a reason? Because you were born to prosper.
Be great. Pursue your own version of happiness.
It's wrapped in your capacity, your ability to believe in a dream, even if nobody believes in you.
It's two people born in a hospital every day. It's a person that's born in a hospital that's gonna get a job, and somebody born in a hospital that's gonna give them a job. You get to decide which one you're gonna be.
You get to decide which one you're going to be. It's true. Truth always sets us free, and God says go. As you can see, I'm going to end with this, Isaiah 40:31. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. It is time to go and soar. It is time to go and soar. Stand up, get up, take action. The chains will fall, and today is the day. Tomorrow is not promised, but your second chance starts today. So you guys, let's go. Let's go for it. Get registered. The first action I want you to take, if you're not registered for OKC, get registered. And if you have nobody going, if you are registered and you don't have one person going with you yet, get someone registered today. Someone, make a phone call, make 5 phone calls. You know the numbers. Make 10 phone calls so you can get 5 people with you. And then the next thing you need to do is do a private business reception or a private business Zoom again. I don't care how long you've been in the business, do it again. We got a lot in our books going on this week. So really important to just find out where you're going, who's your center, and show up here every morning that you can and fill your cup over to overflowing. Because what the overflow is, it's not overflowing just for us, it's overflowing through us to others as well. So it's not just to us, it's through us. And in order to do that, we have to fill up our cup, and that is what events do. And that's what is so powerful here. So Mr. Thomas, I'm going to turn it back to you. I want to thank you, Mrs. Woods, again for being here, being who you are in my life today. So grateful he brought us together. And Mr. Thomas, I am so thankful for your life and the steps that you have taken to help us get to where we need to go and where God needs us to go. So thank you so much for your time.